R&B, or is it C, pop?
Welcome to East Coast Filipino Portal. Promo Play. Every Monday we'll be posting one trivia question for you to answer and win a special prize from our sponsors. Our trivia question for this week is:
Hey everybody, what is my Keontae Bill's musical genre? Is it A, rap? Is it B, R&B? Or is it C, pop?
Welcome to East Coast Filipino Portal. Promo Play. Every Monday we'll be posting one trivia question for you to answer and win a special prize from our sponsors. Our trivia question for this week is:
Hey everybody, what is my Keontae Bill's musical genre? Is it A, rap? Is it B, R&B? Or is it C, pop?
Welcome to East Coast Filipino Portal. Promo Play. Every Monday we'll be posting one trivia question for you to answer and win a special prize from our sponsors. Our trivia question for this week is:
Hey everybody, what is my Keontae Bill's musical genre? Is it A, rap? Is it B, R&B? Or is it C, pop?
Welcome to East Coast Filipino Portal. Promo Play. Every Monday we'll be posting one trivia question for you to answer and win a special prize from our sponsors. Our trivia question for this week is:
Hey everybody, what is my Keontae Bill's musical genre? Is it A, rap? Is it B, R&B? Or is it C, pop?
Welcome to East Coast Filipino Portal. Promo Play. Every Monday we'll be posting one trivia question for you to answer and win a special prize from our sponsors. Our trivia question for this week is:
Hey everybody, what is my Keontae Bill's musical genre? Is it A, rap? Is it B, R&B? Or is it C, pop?
Welcome to East Coast Filipino Portal. Promo Play. Every Monday we'll be posting one trivia question for you to answer and win a special prize from our sponsors. Our trivia question for this week is:
Hey everybody, what is my Keontae Bill's musical genre? Is it A, rap? Is it B, R&B? Or is it C, pop?
Welcome to East Coast Filipino Portal. Promo Play. Every Monday we'll be posting one trivia question for you to answer and win a special prize from our sponsors. Our trivia question for this week is:
Hey everybody, what is my Keontae Bill's musical genre? Is it A, rap? Is it B, R&B? Or is it C, pop?
Welcome to East Coast Filipino Portal. Promo Play. Every Monday we'll be posting one trivia question for you to answer and win a special prize from our sponsors. Our trivia question for this week is:
Hey everybody, what is my Keontae Bill's musical genre? Is it A, rap? Is it B, R&B? Or is it C, pop?
Welcome to East Coast Filipino Portal, Promo Play. Every Monday, we'll be posting one trivia question for you to answer and win a special prize from our sponsors. Our trivia question for this week is...
Hey everybody, what is my Keontae Bills musical genre? Is it A, rap? Is it B, R&B? Or is it C, pop?
Welcome to East Coast Filipino Portal, Promo Play. Every Monday, we'll be posting one trivia question for you to answer and win a special prize from our sponsors. Our trivia question for this week is...
Hey everybody, what is my Keontae Bills musical genre? Is it A, rap? Is it B, R&B? Or is it C, pop?
Welcome to East Coast Filipino Portal, Promo Play. Every Monday, we'll be posting one trivia question for you to answer and win a special prize from our sponsors. Our trivia question for this week is...
Hey everybody, what is my Keontae Bills musical genre? Is it A, rap? Is it B, R&B? Or is it C, pop?
Welcome to East Coast Filipino Portal, Promo Play. Every Monday, we'll be posting one trivia question for you to answer and win a special prize from our sponsors. Our trivia question for this week is...
Hey everybody, what is my Keontae Bills musical genre? Is it A, rap? Is it B, R&B? Or is it C, pop?
Welcome to East Coast Filipino Portal, Promo Play. Every Monday, we'll be posting one trivia question for you to answer and win a special prize from our sponsors. Our trivia question for this week is...
Hey everybody, what is my Keontae Bills musical genre? Is it A?
Good evening, Donnie.
Good evening, Al!
Tonight is gonna be a very exciting night for all of us because number one, I'm very excited because I haven't been to this festival. It's called the Diwali Festival. So later on, we're gonna have the Indian community spearheaded by Nikunj and Ina and Jainish. They will be here later on to promote the Diwali Festival that's gonna happen on the 19th, 18th, 19th, and the 20th of October from 11 till 8 p.m.
So the Halifax Forum where we had our
that's at the multi-purpose hall, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. So we're gonna talk about that, and of course our main topic for tonight. It's very exciting because we're gonna have him again because we had him last time. So we're gonna talk about how to come here as a student and as a visitor. How to follow up with your study and visit visa. So what are we waiting for, Donick? Let's welcome everyone, mga kababayan and East Coast friends. Welcome to your Friday live stream habit here on East Coast Filipino Portal.
Alright, so we showcase the passion and the pursuit of the Filipinos and their friends.
In East Coast Canada region, we connect the Filipinos and their friends
East Coast Canada region
to the world. This live stream is powered by YouFind Social Wi-Fi.
For all your social media marketing needs, you find us. Contact Joey Moreno at 902-440-8304.
And if you guys want to save money with access to many lenders, from major banks to private lenders as well, or get pre-approved for your home or for your new house, and get expert advice for no cost at all services, contact Donick Abad at Mortgage Alliance with dabad@mortgagealliance.com. Or if you are struggling with
Yeah, are you
debts?
struggling with debts? Is it causing you stress? If so, reach out to David Moffat at Four Pillars. They work for you and not your creditors. They will eliminate your debts as quickly as possible and reduce your stress. So call David Moffat at 902
482 9748. 902-482-9748.
Yeah.
And for your proper retirement, life insurance needs, kids educational plan, and free financial needs analyses, call Donik Abad at 902-292-1368 with Primerica. Ayan!
Alright.
So thank you so much to all of our advertisers, UFind, Primerica, Mortgage Alliance, and of course, David Moffat. Thank you so much from Four Pillars. And now we can't wait to have our correspondent from Cape Breton,
yeah.
Jacqueline Malta. We'll watch this one, guys.
You should be fine. You guys can
So
think
So nice adventure. Ew.
Taken apart and put back together here. So that's where it was. And it's the first cast iron lighthouse in Canada. It was built in 1915. And the parts came from Prescott, Ontario. And sent out to the in 1915. So it's old. You can go upstairs.
yeah.
Oh,
We
can
will.
Yeah.
Go
It's
go
the
upstairs.
first cast iron lighthouse in Canada, and it's the first heritage museum on any of the three Canadian ocean sites.
We're gonna explore upstairs.
And the reason it's so short, normal lighthouse is
Yeah,
so
yeah,
short
it's
was because everyone on the island was on a piece of land that was already on. So
Okay.
it didn't have to be-
Yeah, that's why we're wondering why is it small
Yeah.
compared to other
Yeah,
lighthouses.
there's a lot of stuff inside if you want to look.
Yeah,
You want to
oh,
go upstairs
yeah.
and have a look first.
Thank you.
You can even see more.
Wow.
So these lenses all came from France, and it went in the lighthouse in 1915 as well. And they're called Fresnel,
Fresnel.
and this is a small one.
This is a little old gallery in the Nenas Bakery at Dingwall.
the Diwali Carnival Fest. That we
2019.
2019.
But before that, we're gonna thank Jacqueline Molto
Yeah.
first for sending out the video. So to all those who are interested from New Brunswick and across East Coast Canada region, if you want to send out videos and to be featured on our Friday live stream, you can always email us at eastcoastfilipino@gmail.com. And of course, we have here the organizers of the Diwali Carnival Festival. First up, we have Nick. So you're the event organizer, right?
Yes, that's right. I'm one of the event organizers, and there are a lot of people behind the doors.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's always had.
Awesome.
It's challenging to be
Well, yeah, it is. Yeah.
as a one-person man, like
Mhm.
one woman show. So who else do we have? We have Jainish.
Jainish. You want to say hi, Jainish, to all those who are watching?
So
You wanna say
Jainish
hi?
is a volunteer, the volunteer
Coordinator,
coordinator,
yeah.
right? And then Hina
Hi,
for the
Performance.
former
Performance
coordinator, and Abhilash
Is one of the
is one of
volunteers.
and he's a chef, so or a cook. You might see him in the food station. And so I'll look forward to seeing you there.
So aside from the food, we'll go straight first with the significance of the Diwali festival. How important is the Diwali festival to the Indian community?
So Diwali is one of the main festivals that we have. It's been there since like thousands of years.
Wow, it's been a long time.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
Yeah.
There are a lot of different stories attached with the significance of Diwali.
Mhm.
There's the main one is like Lord Rama returned home after getting a victory over a demon, and that's where people started celebrating Diwali. That this is an occasion of joy. So
Wow.
they lit up their houses, they lit up their streets, and the whole villages or cities or whatever was there back then.
Yeah.
So, diya, or what we call an oil lamp in
Mhm.
English,
Mhm.
which is a main part of Diwali. So,
Okay.
we also call Diwali as a Deepavali.
Okay.
So,
Deepavali.
deep is the one that we call an oil lamp.
Okay.
So, people usually lit up those oil lamps during this period of Diwali, maybe 20 days or 25 days
Mhm.
before Diwali.
Yeah.
And they kind of spread the message that our houses has like a positive energy and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Where Diwali is a main festival in India, so there are like vacations and that we have here usually in the Christmas.
Yeah.
So everybody has there are no schools. There is like shopping kind of
Mhm.
atmosphere. People go out. They invite everybody home and like they give gifts to each other. So this is kind of a main major festival out of whatever the number of festivals we have in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I've been following
Yeah.
the Indian community online, and I it's not that I was so confused, but like I just got overwhelmed. Every month you guys come up with festivals, but this is the mother of all festivals.
That's right.
So
Yeah.
this is like the ultimate Indian community festival, which is the Diwali festival. So tell us more about the volunteering part. I know it's not just you guys
Yeah.
who are part of this festival. So how did you guys came up with this? What are the importance of the volunteers who've been helping out?
Yes, like first when I was here in January 2019 and I met the Nikunj first and then I come up with this all the kind of festivals and things.
You got trapped with all the festivals because of me.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I come as the like closest in like I am giving my all the times with the festivals and the last I make I am at a like I can handle all the volunteers and I know like what is going up. And so I am here to like handling volunteers. We have like informations booth. We have all the like in Diwali.
So there's a lot of responsibilities
Yes.
that needs to be covered
yeah,
for
because we are like
volunteers.
welcoming all the volunteers, not in only in Indians.
It's from all other
yeah, all other
communities as
countries,
well.
yeah.
Yeah.
And if somebody is watching right now and they want to become a volunteer,
Yeah,
how do they
all are
contact you?
welcome to come and join with us. Yeah.
Wow, that's
So
amazing.
they can email us at iefcns.canada at gmail.com. We also have a Facebook page
Yeah.
which is also the same name, Indian Festivals Club of Nova Scotia. So Yeah, they can text us or
Text us.
you know
Indian Festivals Club of Nova Scotia.
Yeah,
There you
which
go.
has a logo like hand and holding all the pallets,
Mhm.
which has also significance. I mean, you know, we
Oh.
basically were trying to cover all these events and all these cultures in
Wow.
one umbrella.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So aside from the volunteers and the food that I'm quite excited, I really
Yeah.
want to know more about the performances.
Yeah.
Can you tell us more about that?
Yeah, sure. We have a lot of performances this year. I mean,
And it's very colorful.
yeah, very
colorful,
colorful. Like, I would definitely take a gift from you if you will be there.
Awesome. Wow. That's
And,
amazing. Thank you.
Yeah, and yes, we have like more than 30 performances this year,
Wow.
and it's like group, one kind of solo, duo, and groups, and each group have like around 8 to 10 people.
Yeah.
So it would be, if we calculate in people terms,
Mhm.
then there would be more than 100 people are performing in this particular festival. And
So will you be dancing, Nick?
No, I won't be.
I
So you're not part of this now?
will
Okay.
be joining in like pre-dance party after 8.
Oh, okay, so you will be dancing
So there's
after-
actually an event after the 8 o'clock.
Yes,
cut
right.
off.
Exactly.
Okay.
So we are
Wow.
ending up the performances at 8 o'clock. Like we have the last lot at 8 o'clock.
Mhm.
After that we can, I mean, everybody can dance on
Oh, wow.
stage and dance, like really. And
So I would think the Diwali festival is really a party before the snow.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
yeah,
You have to
Celebrate,
take the
yeah.
It's actually last year. So Diwali follows the moon calendar, so
Oh,
it's not the
okay.
fixed date every year.
Oh,
So last
okay.
year we had a Diwali in November. And
okay.
if you guys remember, there was a snow on 16th of November last year,
Mhm.
and we got trapped into that. Like there was a snow on
Wow.
Friday,
Oh,
and you know it was like a really stressful day for us
Mhm.
because we had a snow, people didn't show up, and we had a lot of problems with the vendors as well.
But despite the fact,
Yeah.
say for example, there's going to be snow next week. It's an indoor event, so this is
This
going
is,
to
yeah.
happen
Yeah.
at the Halifax Multi-Purpose Hall, Halifax
right.
Forum
Yeah.
Multi-Purpose Hall from this October
Mhm.
18, 19, and 20
Yeah.
from 11 till 8 p.m.
Mhm.
And now let's go to the main core of the event.
Yeah.
Abhilash, you wanna talk? What are the highlights of your
Yeah,
food?
as everyone knows, like mostly people from the different countries like the Indian food, especially. So
especially the curry and the
yeah,
biryani?
the biryani and also the chicken. We are making chicken and dal makhnis, and also there are many vendors in the forums. They are selling like some Indian food from the different states, like vada pav and the pani puri,
Mhm.
and all the things are that taste even better. Right? Yeah.
Okay, so if I will go, well, we're definitely gonna go.
Yeah.
So if we're gonna go there, do
Yeah.
we have to bring our cards or cash or how it's gonna be? How do we
Yeah,
purchase
buy
the
the
food?
So
Yeah.
we'll be taking cards.
Okay.
Some of the vendors take the cards, but now we are asking every vendors to set up the system, take cards, and make it like a hassle free for everyone who is attending the event. There is also an ATM there, so
Mhm.
if somebody wants to take a cash out and whatnot. But most of these vendors are independent, so
Yeah.
I mean we kind of encourage them to also not just sell the food, but also let people know that what is the significance, because
Yeah.
if we talk about this food, it's coming from different parts of India. So there is a total
India is huge, eh? And
Yeah,
what's the
it is.
population now of India?
It's like over 1.2 billion, I would say.
1.2.
Yeah.
It's only
That's-
ours is only 10% or 1% of the billion.
But
I lose track.
like a lot of India is like you guys like from outside of Filipino, like me, like outside of India. So a lot of Indians that live abroad. If we count that's more than even 1.2 billion. So I mean, if you go in the different provinces in India,
Yeah.
food changes.
True.
So if you go from South India to North India, like the dishes, the language, it's completely changed. I mean, there are over 80 or 90 languages that's being spoken in India.
Oh my
So it's
So a lot of languages, a lot of food, and they don't have to go to India to experience
No,
different
yeah,
types of
that's right.
food.
You're right.
They only have to go from one
that's right.
table to another.
That's
Yeah.
So how convenient is that? And actually, East Coast Filipino Portal, through the Diwali Carnival Festival, we're giving out complimentary pass to all those who are interested. So you guys can private message us or email us at eastcoastfilipino@gmail.com and you get a free entry pass. This is actually worth $3, right?
Yes.
So this
Yeah.
will save you some bucks so that you can get more food.
Yeah, thank you very much for the free pass to all our viewers.
Okay, so do you guys want to tell any more about any more information about the Diwali festival?
So there is also, so as I said about the diyas, that's also like one of the portion of the significance, like main significance. There is also a rangoli design. So
Okay.
if you recall the henna design,
Yeah.
we also have a rangoli. So henna we usually do it on
Is
the
that where your
traditional
name
way.
came from?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same spelling. So this rangoli design, we make it on the floor,
Okay.
right at the doorstep in every house. So whenever you go in India during Diwali, most of the houses has a like a little piece of rangoli design made from these color powders, different color
Yeah.
shades, and then there are oil lamps placed in the corners. Of,
Oh, okay, I saw that in your logo
yeah.
Yeah.
So
for the event. Yeah.
so rangoli is also like it shows that everyone's life is filled up with a color and how joyful their home or how joyful their atmosphere is in their house. So we are also going to make this rangoli. Since last 2 years, we make the biggest rangoli design in Atlantic Canada, which is like 15 by 15 feet.
Wow.
And it's all handmade. So it takes almost 10 to 15 volunteers to make almost constant like 6 hours or 7 hours. So we're gonna start making on Thursday evening, and we're gonna go all the way.
You're not
to
gonna
midnight.
sleep.
Yeah. Would that be the entrance of the Halifax
That's
Forum?
right. That's right. So I mean, we'll make it indoor because
Yeah.
we need to also make sure that it's preserved for 3 days, and nobody runs over it or it doesn't get destroyed by the rain, because it's all color powder. It's all design.
Yeah.
So if you just like wipe it up, it's just gonna go away.
Oh.
So we will be kind of fencing it or like put stanchions around
Oh,
that,
okay.
and right behind that we'll make a photo booth. So
Nice.
like Janish will be working with another team of volunteers. They'll be making a photo booth
Yes.
with little pieces of what Diwali is and
That's
all that.
awesome.
So people can take photos
Yeah.
and they can share it. We will also have some prizes.
Yeah.
They can win right on the spot once they tweet their photos or share their photos. So yeah, I mean there is a lot of stuff
There's a
to
lot
see.
of stuff. Yeah, exactly.
That's awesome.
So if you guys are interested to go and attend the Diwali festival, you can expect a lot of food, a lot of
Yeah.
craft, a lot of art, and a lot of performances, and a lot of entertainment, the rangoli, the henna, and of course the after party.
Yeah, the after party. Yeah.
So this is really a perfect time for the fall, right? So lots of colors, lots of enjoyment, lots of fun. So this is the ultimate Indian festival here in Halifax. So go out on October 18, 19, and 20 from
11 o'clock.
11 o'clock till
Mhm.
8 p.m.
Yeah.
But no, it doesn't end at 8. So
Yeah.
there's an
Yeah.
after
Yeah,
party
there's an after
party.
after
Yeah.
8 o'clock.
So what time would it finish, including the after party?
So once people kind of tired, that's
Oh,
when we're
okay.
gonna stop.
That means we're going to stop at 1, 2 o'clock in the morning.
So it's like dance till the top
Sure,
kind of
yeah.
thing. Awesome. So once again, guys, thank you so much for coming to East Coast Filipino Portal. Any parting words from you guys?
Well, thank you for giving this opportunity to us and exploring this culture. I mean, this is what all Canada is all about. Right?
Yes.
Exactly. Like coming
Yeah.
all communities together and
Yeah.
supporting each other and supporting each other's festivals and all the beliefs that we
Yeah.
have at home. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for being here and giving us the opportunity to showcase the event that you're having.
And we wish you guys to come over there for all 3 days.
Absolutely.
We'll be there. Yeah, we'll definitely be there. So guys, there's a lot of complimentary pass. If you guys are interested, once again, private message us on East Coast Filipino Portal or email us also. Once again, advance congratulations on your event. Abhilash,
Thank you.
Tina, and Jainesh.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank
Okay.
you.
I'll see you there. All right. Thank you very
Okay.
much.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. And that's exciting. I
It
can't
is.
wait to go there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, so there's gonna be. I didn't realize that it's actually perfect for the fall season as well. So our next stop will be our main topic for tonight.
Yes.
So this is going to be another exciting topic with one of the members of the ICCRC, Dennis Mercado. So let's welcome him over to our set. Ayan.
Hello again, how are you guys?
Welcome.
How are
Thank you
you?
for being here.
Oh, thank you.
So
nice
that's
to be here on a stormy night.
I know. Yeah, it's kind of wet outside right now in Halifax. But good thing we only got the rain, not the snow, because the rest of Canada they're getting a blizzard and
Yeah.
a lot of snow. So last time when we had Dennis Mercado here, he helped us learn more about the Atlantic Immigration Pilot Program, the hot topic, hot cake of all of the immigration pathways in coming to Canada. So tonight we're gonna talk about, like we said, we'll talk about the visit and study visas. So first up, we'll talk about the visit visa.
The basic visa.
Okay, the visitor's visa is simply just a visa that allows people to visit Canada as a tourist.
Yeah.
For pleasure, maybe a little business, but it's not really a pathway towards immigration.
Yeah.
Because the idea here for most people is to have a pathway towards immigration.
Yeah.
Now, the study program is a possible pathway towards immigration, but it has a lot of pitfalls also at the same time. Now, first of all, you must study in what we call a designated learning institution.
Yeah.
Now, all of the publicly funded universities are DLIs, or designated learning institutions. Now,
Not every
not
college or
yes, not
university
every
would
college.
be though.
I think we know
Yeah.
from experience
Right.
how somebody made that mistake of studying in a college which is not a DLI. And what happened after she graduated is that she could not get a postgraduate work permit.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so you really have to be careful.
Yeah, you have to
Not
be
all,
careful.
all colleges in Nova Scotia and
Around
Canada
Canada.
would be accredited as
Yes.
part of the designated institution.
Yes. So, how would somebody apply for a study permit? Again, it also depends on where one is staying or where one is living as a legal resident.
Mhm.
For example, if somebody, like a Filipino who lives, say, in the US,
Mhm.
I'll backtrack a bit. There's what we call the student, sorry about that.
Direct stream.
Yes, Student Direct Stream, or SDS. Okay, it allows applicants to get to Canada faster, and there's a streamlined processing
Yeah.
system towards that. Okay, but the limitation is you must be a legal resident in a country which is designated as one where somebody can apply under the SDS program.
Which is
For
we are
example,
part. The Philippines is
part
one.
of
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Okay, but if you're a Filipino living in the US, for example, you cannot apply under the program.
No.
You should be in the
In
Philippines.
the Philippines, or you can be in another country, like Vietnam is another country,
Vietnam, yeah.
China is another country, India is
India.
another country, so you don't have to be a
Morocco and
citizen
Pakistan
of that
and
country.
Senegal. Yeah.
Is there any reason why only those countries are designated as part
I
of the
think
SDS?
it's mainly because Canada wants to attract students who are living in those countries to come over to Canada to study.
Mhm.
Yes.
Is there an age limit for you to become a student in Canada?
Not really. There's no age limit,
Mhm.
but if you're, say, in your 50s and you want to study something like maybe cooking,
Mhm.
now the embassy where you are at may wonder, why are you studying cooking?
Mhm.
Culinary.
Yeah.
Culinary arts. If you were in your 20s, then it's not really a problem.
Mhm.
And so the choice of a program can also mean either an approval or a refusal.
Okay.
Be a reason.
What are the other requirements for the student stream, direct stream?
Okay, the other requirements are, of course, people can just look at the website of the federal government, but typically you have to be accepted in a DLI, that's one. Secondly, you must pay the first year tuition fee
Okay.
and show
Before
proof
you come
Yes.
here.
before you apply for the visa or the I should say the student permit
So you
Okay.
pay the full payment for the year.
for the first year.
Wow.
Okay.
So typically that will range from how much?
Well, it depends
It
on
depends
the
on the
program.
program and on the school.
Yes.
Mhm.
Right now, Dalhousie will be around 9,300, just the tuition fee.
Yes. Now, there's another thing. You have to open a GIC or guaranteed investment certificate with any bank here
Mm-hmm.
to the tune of 10,000 Canadian dollars.
Mm-hmm.
And all of that will have to be submitted together with the application for a study permit.
So typically, the student direct stream, which is quicker, around 20 business days, is it?
Something like that. Yeah.
It's quicker, but there are more requirements
Yes.
for that compared to usual and
The regular,
ordinary
yes.
student
Yes.
study permit, right?
Yes.
And study
Yes.
permit is different from the visa itself.
Yes. Actually, a visa just allows you to enter Canada.
Enter.
Mhm.
Okay, there are only two types of visas which Canada gives. It's a tourist visa or an immigrant visa.
Mhm.
Okay, with a tourist visa you can come in, but without a student permit you cannot study.
Mhm. So which one would the students receive first? Would they receive the permit first or the visa first?
Typically, if you apply for a study permit, the embassy will give a TRV or a temporary resident visa almost immediately. I mean, together with the study permit.
Oh, okay.
Because a study permit typically doesn't allow you to enter Canada. It's not a
Mhm.
visa.
Yeah.
So aside from the money, what else are the other requirements?
Of course, acceptance in a DLI.
Okay.
That's the first thing.
Mhm.
Most DLIs will not really make it difficult for one to enroll.
Yeah.
Yes, except maybe an institution like the Nova Scotia Community College, because
Mhm.
a lot of people try to enter that, especially the culinary programs.
Oh, okay.
It's a little difficult to get into because spaces are limited.
Oh, okay. And they also have would there be a specific course that the student would have to enroll in, or they just have to be enrolled in a designated learning institution?
You also have to check if the courses are, part of the programs between the province and the federal government that will allow them to obtain postgraduate work permits after completing the school program.
Okay. So what do you mean by postgraduate work permit? So for people
Okay,
who are
yes.
outside
Yes.
Canada.
The postgraduate work permit is an open work permit that allows a student graduate, an international student graduate, to work anywhere in Canada. Now, typically, the length of your postgraduate work permit is equal to the length of your study.
So if you studied for
Yes.
3 years, you can work for
Maximum,
3
the
years.
maximum
3 years.
that is given is 3 years for the postgraduate work permit.
And that's guaranteed that you can work, right?
Well,
Mm.
if you get the postgraduate work permit, then it's yes.
It's
you
guaranteed.
Can, you can
Okay.
work anywhere in Canada.
But you have to apply for that work permit.
You have to apply for the postgraduate work permit within 180 days from the time you graduated.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. And then would there be one of the other difference with the student direct stream would be IELTS, right?
Well, I'm not sure about that.
Mm-hmm.
It's not, IELTS would be required if you apply for immigration under the express entry, for example. Yeah. But if you apply, for example, with a nominee program like Nova Scotia,
Mm-hmm.
they wouldn't really ask for the IELTS because you've studied here in Canada.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That really proves that you know and you are proficient in English.
Okay. So, and then
Okay, some
see
pitfalls to consider when you're considering using the study program as a pathway towards immigration.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, one of the things that you have to be careful about is you must be a full-time student in every semester that you are here, you
Yeah.
must complete the program. In the past, it is possible to stop studying and apply for a provincial nomination, for example,
Mm-hmm.
if you have a job offer from a local company here.
Yeah.
But now the federal government is really strict on implementing your promise to study,
Oh, okay.
and you must be a full-time student in every semester during your study program.
But are they allowed to still work
They
While
are
they're
given
studying?
certain hours.
Okay.
certain hours?
It depends on the study permit that you get.
Mhm.
Typically, you can work for about 20 hours a week
Okay.
within the campus.
Within the campus.
Within the campus. But sometimes, if you ask for it, they will allow you to work 20 hours a week outside
Outside.
the campus. Now, during vacation and summer, you can work
Full-time.
outside, yes.
Oh, okay.
Outside.
But they can work full time in the
Yes.
vacation.
Yes, while you're on vacation.
Mhm.
Yes.
We have a question here. If they are student visa, they can bring their family and kids.
Yes.
And then another one is the kids is under 18. They free or they
Yes.
need another student permit
They need a student permit.
under
Okay,
For the minors,
For the
they are
minors.
required
Yes,
to get student
actually, the federal rules would say they are not required to get a student permit,
Mhm.
but if they come here to Nova Scotia, for example, and they apply for medical insurance, they may be refused until they get a student permit.
Okay.
for the minor.
Yeah.
I see.
So if they are coming in like a combo, like a family. So say for example, I'm the father. I'll be going in as a student, and I will be with my wife. Well, this is just a question because it's not my situation. So say for example, I'm the father. I'm coming in as a student, and then my wife is coming with me. So my wife can work full time, right?
Yes.
She's allowed to work full time.
But she has to apply for a work permit.
Oh, she also has to apply for a
Of course,
work.
yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Before they arrive?
Before you
or-
arrive, yes.
Okay.
Oh,
When you
okay.
apply for a study permit, you can ask your wife. You have to apply for an open work permit.
If, for example, they did not apply before they moved to Canada, can they apply for the work permit here in Canada?
That I'm not so sure of.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You won't be allowed to get
I
in
don't-
if you don't
No,
have
no,
that.
no. Okay,
the permit.
no, you can be allowed in because you can apply for TRV.
Oh, temporary
Resident visa.
resident visa.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
But
And how long does it take for the
Mhm.
TRV?
to be approved,
Mm.
well, typically when your husband's or wife's application for work permit is approved,
Yeah.
then yours is also approved.
Yeah. So the
Yes.
TRB would be valid for how many months or years?
Well, normally it's valid for 1 year or 2 years,
Yeah.
but it's renewable.
It's renewable.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then would there be more requirements if, for example, you renew it when you're here? Would there be additional requirements or
Not really. Not
Yeah.
really. Yeah. Just have to apply for it.
Okay.
Extension. Yeah.
extension?
Extension.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then talking about visitors visa, there are two types of visa that we have really that are popular. The super visa for
Okay, that's
parents
for
and-
for parents and grandparents.
and then the
yeah.
ordinary
Yeah, TRV.
visit
Yes.
visa.
Yeah.
Based on your experience, which one would be more efficient and more beneficial for people?
Well, beneficial in terms of what? In terms of allowing your grandparents to stay here longer, for
And
example,
parents.
and parents to stay longer. Okay, the super visa is it's a 10-year visa, and it allows the holder to stay in Canada for 2 years at a time.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Okay. Now, after 2 years, just go out. Say, go to the US if you have a US
Yeah.
visa, and come back. So you have another 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
The problem with that is you are required to buy medical insurance for your parents,
Yeah.
and it can be very expensive. It's about 35.
That's what we've been
Okay.
getting a lot of concerns right
Yes,
now because
3,500.
some of the immigrant families when they come here, they kind of like like they don't consider that seriously.
Yes.
So I think from your end, how would you recommend? Is it highly recommended that they really have to get
Yes, especially
the
if
health
your parents
insurance?
are a little
Mm-hmm.
on the older side.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And if they have
things-
previous
yes.
conditions, right?
yes,
Yeah.
you cannot play
Mhm.
play around with your parents' health.
Yeah,
And
that
sometimes,
actually
yeah.
happened to my mom when she was here.
Oh wow.
She had a medical issue. So before she actually arrived here, we already took insurance for her, medical insurance, travel medical insurance for her. And then when she was here, she got dizzy, and we had to bring her to the hospital for an emergency. Good thing we had the medical insurance. And if we did not have the medical insurance, we would have paid 20,000
Wow.
just for the checkup.
Almost 1 million
Just
pesos.
because she was just
Wow.
dizzy. She was not confined. It was just a general checkup
Yes.
on her health,
Yeah.
the X-ray, and good thing we had the insurance and some deductibles that we were able to
Yeah.
save a lot of money.
Yes.
And in some cases also, like we would think our parents are healthy, they eat lots of vegetables, organic from the Philippines, and then when they come here, that's the time that some of those symptoms will come out. So we really have to make sure that regardless whether our parents are healthy or not, make sure to get them that medical insurance.
Yes,
Just to
because-
protect them.
yes. And
Mm.
also yourselves,
Exactly.
because
yeah.
it can ruin you financially.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Definitely.
True.
Yeah.
There are some instances from our community when that parent came here, he or she was very healthy, and then suddenly the symptoms came out,
Yes.
and then they missed out on buying the medical insurance. So it's really highly recommended,
Yeah.
to really protect your families. I have a question also because when my mom came here as a visitor, we really didn't deal with the papers. She just walked into one of the offices in Makati, and then after less than a week, she got approved. So we were like, wow, that was amazing.
Or you do a visa.
Yeah, 2 years
Okay.
visa. So we were surprised with that process. So, what will you advise to all those who want to fast track their application for the super visa?
Oh,
Because in our case,
okay.
we just provided our financial papers
Mhm.
and whatever we do here, and then the letter of endorsement or letter of invitation
Mhm.
to our mom, and then boom, she was approved right away.
That would be the typical. In any application, you have to convince an officer,
Mhm.
a consular officer, that you will come back to your country of origin after your
Mhm.
visit is over. No matter what you plan to do in Canada.
What are
have to
the
be-
indications?
you have-
What are the indications that would be considered by the officer, immigration officer, in determining that you still have ties back in, say, in the Philippines or your original country of origin?
Yeah, if you have a business, for example, that you
Mhm.
have, or if you have still a job, that would be a good enough reason to convince an officer that you'll be back. What other reasons? You have properties there that you are looking after. You still have other kids
Mm-hmm.
in the Philippines, for example. If you're coming from the Philippines, that should be good enough to convince a consular officer that you will return.
Okay.
But do not lie. Don't tell the
Oh, yes,
Canada
yes.
government that,
Yes.
hey, I have a business, I'll be coming back, and then they will do a research or
Yes.
investigation. They'll be
Yeah.
surprised
Yeah.
you didn't even register your business. So make sure that you are honest in your dealings with your papers.
Now, again about the TRV or temporary resident visa. Earlier I made a statement that that is not really a pathway towards immigration.
Mhm.
Yes, it's not a pathway towards immigration.
However,
But if you're in Canada legally under
Mhm.
a TRV, in some cases, in some provinces, you can apply for look for a job offer that will allow you to become a permanent resident.
Mhm.
But you have to be careful because there are provinces or territories like the Yukon, for example.
Yeah.
If you have a TRV, if you're there under a TRV, they will not allow you to apply for provincial nomination.
oh wow.
Mm.
How
What's
about
that? Is there any specific reason why?
Oh, that's just their program.
Okay.
Yeah.
Question. So if you are on a TRV in Nova Scotia in particular, so when you come here, are you allowed to bring requirements to look for a job? Like your transcript, your
Well,
other
there's
documents?
nothing really preventing you from bringing those documents. But if the CBSA or the customs officer decides to do a spot check and sees those documents, goodbye. You're on the next plane back to Manila.
Okay.
So well, let's just
Because a lot of, practically, a lot of immigrants who go through the TRV because they're not able to go through AIPP or other pathways, they try the TRV and then they apply here. So I think it's based on what you've said, it's more advisable not to bring your work documents.
Yes.
So
yes.
just come here as a visitor, then probably send it through.
Yes.
Other
I'm not
medium.
suggesting that you lie to an officer,
mhm.
but yeah, just bringing those documents, yeah, can
Yeah.
be if discovered,
Yeah,
can
would
be
not be beneficial.
yeah, would not be beneficial, detrimental,
you.
totally
Yeah.
detrimental to your.
So we have a lot of kababayans who are watching us right now, one of which is Renz. Renz, if you have a question, please comment down below in this link. And of course, Michelle and John, and if you guys have questions, please feel free. And we want to send a shout out to Sol Matalam. She's preparing for her special day coming back here. But anyway, she's in Davao, so we miss you. And yep, if you have any questions, guys, please feel free to ask. So our topic is about visit and study visa.
Yeah.
So
We also have Don Gumba, Alan Manillas, and
Alan
on
Manillas
my
is also
side we
watching.
have Miles. Miles is from Igorot. Yeah, Igorot.
The Cordilleras of
Cordilleras, yeah.
Amazing. So yun, ano pa mga ibang questions?
So
What are other questions?
So the other visit visa would be the ordinary one, which is only good for how many months?
Typically 6 months.
6 months, right?
But you can extend your stay.
Yeah, and then when you extend your stay, how long would that extension be?
Typically another 6 months.
Another 6
Yes.
months. Would it be more beneficial for you to apply for another visitor visa or just an extension?
Extension, because you cannot really apply for another visa when you're here. But
Mhm.
you simply extend it. It's not a problem.
I have a question. Because to have a student visa, the school should be a DLI
Yeah,
or
yes.
the question is here in Nova Scotia, specifically in
What are the
Halifax,
DLIs?
what are the DIL institutions?
Typically, it's any publicly funded university or college. So
College.
what you have here is you have Dalhousie
Dalhousie.
and St. Mary's in
NSCC.
Halifax, NSCC, Nova Scotia Community College.
Mhm.
MSBU would qualify.
Which one?
Mount St. Vincent,
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Xavier,
I think so. Yes.
Yes.
yeah.
Acadia.
Acadia, yes. CBU, Cape Breton University.
Okay.
And you have mentioned about NSCC. They actually have an open house on the 17th of October. We have a lot of Filipino international students headed by one of my contacts, Mark Mortel. Mark, we're gonna have him next month. So I think there's around roughly 8 Filipinos who are in NSCC as international students. So if you guys will go to NSCC on October 17, you'll get to know their programs,
Yes.
have hands-on experience on what they do there. So it's a great experience if you are thinking to pursue your career in whatever programs that NSCC is offering. And then there's also a lot of postgraduate work and a lot of other programs. So Mark, thank you for your information. So we're supposed to contact Mark, but we're gonna have him next month anyway. So, and we also would like to thank the consul here in Halifax for meeting them and helping them out as well.
Consul Connie Latson, right?
Connie, yeah,
Yeah.
Connie Latson.
So there are people who are not allowed to visit Canada. Do you happen to know the type of people that would automatically not be given?
Barred
Yeah,
from entering Canada?
yeah.
Well, not really. I don't think there's any permanent bar against any nationality.
Yeah, I mean, like people who have criminal
Oh,
organizations
yes, yes.
or human rights violations.
Yes, they would be barred from entering Canada, or they have to ask for special permission
Mhm.
to come to Canada.
Yeah. Yeah. And then, if they previously had criminal record, would that
Not
automatically?
automatically. They have to show that they have been rehabilitated,
Mm-hmm.
and if they can show that, then they can be allowed into
Yeah.
Canada.
Because sometimes we would have, say, we have parents that are already a little bit old or could not travel on their own, and they want their other kids to join them, but that other person as a
Okay,
child might have.
there has to be a compelling reason
Mm-hmm.
to allow those kids to come to Canada
Mhm.
if they have some problems. And that would be under what we call temporary resident permits,
Mm-hmm.
as opposed to temporary resident visas.
Okay.
They say
What's the
the
difference?
TRP allows people who normally will not be admissible to Canada to
Mhm.
come into Canada. Yes, but it's on a case-to-case basis, and you have to have a compelling reason.
Yeah. And then how, if they were able to receive the temporary permit, resident permit, how long would that be? Are they allowed to stay for 6 months, or would it be 1 month?
Well,
2
it
months?
depends on the officer at the time when they enter
Mhm.
Canada.
Yeah. Maximum would still be 6 months.
No, it can be as long as, if I remember right, a year or even 2 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But those are special cases.
Yeah.
Those are
Okay.
very rare cases.
Rare cases.
So
Yeah.
how about for those, say for example, I was approved in Truro NSCC and I wanted to stop my program in NSCC, and I found out that other school that are listed in the DLI offer a better program. Can I change my school?
Yes, you can.
And do I have to inform?
You have to inform federal government of some changes, but it should not be a problem.
And how about when I came here as a student, I did not declare my. This is not me. So I did not declare
Are you
my.
sure?
Say for example, what do you call that? Not my wife, but like what do you call that term?
Common law.
Common law. So
Okay.
what if I applied just myself? I'm going there as a student,
Okay.
and then later I realized before my 2-year study program ended, I realized that hey, I have a partner in the Philippines,
Mhm.
or you know, and
And
that
you
I,
wanted to bring her.
to change
you want-
information,
you want
yeah.
to bring her here.
Mhm.
Well, I think that's a kind of difficult case, and we'll have to look into the circumstances on a case-to-case basis.
yeah, because I know they have to. Well, not really. I know, but like I think they have to prove that they were common law, right?
Yes.
So that's a long process.
It's a
So
long process, and I think if you are planning to do that, you just have to start from the beginning. And when you apply for your study permit or whatever, I think you have to be upfront. Say you have this relationship, and if you have kids, then you have to declare that you have kids.
Yeah. So mentioning about kids, if they have kids back in, let's say, the Philippines that are outside of Canada, and they want to bring those kids either as a visit visa or as a
To study.
study visa,
Okay.
what are the things that they need to consider?
Well, first of all, where you live, where you're working, and that will determine where your kids will go to school here.
Mm-hmm.
What else? Well, I think that would be just about it. It's nothing unless it's a specific issue that you can think of.
Yeah. So say for example, what are the documents that the parents would need to bring with them if they're bringing a minor, for example, into Canada? What are the documents, and would there be a possibility for that child to be studying in Canada?
Well, if the parents are coming under the temporary resident visas, I
Mhm.
don't think there would be a chance for them, for the kids to study in Canada unless they apply for study permits for the kids.
Mm-hmm.
And because the parents are not here under a study permit or a temporary work permit, then they may have to pay for the tuition fees.
Yeah.
Wow.
So they can process it for process
Yes.
that tuition fee of the child when they are in here and apply for the study permit when they are here. Or do they need
I think it would be better if you apply when you are in the Philippines, for example,
Mhm.
rather than applying here,
Yeah.
because there's a chance that you will be denied. Because
Mm.
what about, okay, if they're young, especially if they're young,
Mhm.
then who will take care of them?
Yeah.
Exactly.
And if the parents are on a temporary resident visas,
Mhm.
how long can they stay? So there are those questions that will come up,
Yeah.
and they'll be wondering, so what are the parents doing here?
Yeah. Would it change if they have relatives that are in that same location too? Like they have.
No, it won't really help because
It's going to be a lot of considerations.
yes, there's a lot.
And
there
it
will be a
becomes
lot of
trivial for
questions.
the candidate.
And there will be a lot of questions, especially on the intent of the parents.
Mm-hmm.
Why why are you applying for the study permits here? You could have applied when you were in your countries
Mhm.
of origin or country of origin. So
Yeah.
it creates a lot more questions than,
Yeah.
than anything.
And then the requirements that are prescribed would also be in the website of
Yes.
CIC, right? And then their
Yeah.
medical. Would people be required for
Medical.
the medical examination for the study?
It depends on the the consular officer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So there would be chance that they would ask for
Yes,
medical.
there's a chance that they would be asked to take medical.
Oh, okay. How about police reports?
No, not for
Police
kids.
No.
Not for kids.
No, I mean for the study permit for
No, not for kids.
no for the parents
For the
themselves.
parents,
Like,
okay,
say, for example.
It depends on the officers there, the country of origin.
Mm-hmm.
But to be safe, it's always best to have something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they have to make sure before they actually arrive into Canada that they have all the documents available, original copies.
Copies at the very least.
Yeah.
Yes. Most Canadian institutions don't really ask for original documents, like
Mhm.
original birth certificates, for example.
Authenticated.
But
yeah.
they have to be authenticated.
Mhm.
Yeah. So okay.
Unlike in the Philippines, you have to stamp, notarize everything. I don't
Yes.
think they require that much, but
No.
they only require like the original copy. Yeah. My question is, so if you are, once you're done with your program and then you wanted to go to become a permanent resident or provincial nominee, is that that's a possibility, right? Normally, the government, their notion is that really when you come here as a student, they want to help you to become a citizen eventually. That's their.
Well,
Is that their denominator why they invite a lot of students?
well, I think, from my point of view, I think most provinces or the government will want to attract as many students to Canada as possible
Mm-hmm.
because it provides economic benefit to Canada. But again, remember, when you're applying for a study permit in your country of origin, you have to remember that you have to convince an officer that you will return to your country of origin after your study program. Yes.
Wow.
It's a
It's a
It's
thin line. Yeah.
there's a little conflict there somehow because
Yeah.
while the system allows a graduate
Mm.
to apply for an open work permit or
Mm.
postgraduate work permit after completing the program,
Mm-hmm.
at the same time you have to be convincing enough to a consular officer that you will return.
After.
Remember, because when you apply for a study permit, it's a temporary It's a temporary permit. It's
Mhm.
not permanent. So an officer will focus on that temporary nature of the permit.
Yeah.
At that point, that when he or she is looking at your documents or your
Mhm.
application, yes. There's no dual intent here. You cannot say, "Oh, I am planning to apply for a
Yeah.
postgraduate work permit now.
Yeah.
I am coming back to my country of origin after
Yeah.
my study."
So that's what people should be saying
Yes.
during the
Later.
Yes.
the
Interview
with
or
the
when you
accreditation.
apply for a study permit,
Mhm.
you must have a study plan.
Okay.
And that's part of the application. It's a narrative where you say, this is where I plan to study. I plan to study full time in all the semesters, and I plan to come back to my country of origin after my study program is over.
Yeah. There should also be a proof that they can, student or for the visa, that they will be able to support themselves when they are in here, right?
Oh yes.
So what is
it's,
the typical proof that they would be able
the
to?
usual bank accounts, letter support from your parents or whoever, or if you're a mature student, you have your own bank accounts, you have your
Yeah.
own assets back in your country of origin.
Yeah. Typically, how much would be ideal for people? Because people would say, how much should I have saved up when I go to Canada to study? Typically,
Well,
what would be an
You
ideal?
have to, everyone should study, take a look at their lifestyle
Mhm.
and determine for themselves how much they should have here. For example, if a car is indispensable to you, then you must have the money for that and show.
Mhm.
Yeah. So, or if you're satisfied with public transportation, then you have to buy a car.
Mhm.
So it's on a case-to-case basis. But what you have to have would be, of course, your tuition fee, money for your cost of living, and more or less, for your accommodations,
Mhm.
and that would be typically required.
With the trend that we
We have a
have.
question.
Oh, yeah.
Just one
Okay.
second.
Director.
Is it a guarantee that when you take a student visa, is it guaranteed that you will be a permanent visa, or there will be,
No.
because you need to
okay.
say that you need to go back, but most of the agency back home, they're promising that after you're student you will be a permanent visa, and so
No. It's not. It doesn't work that way. Okay. After you graduate from your study program, you have to apply for a postgraduate work permit.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's not an instant permanent resident status. So after working as a whatever,
mhm.
you under your postgraduate work permit, and it depends on the experience that you have in the past. For example, if you studied culinary arts at NSCC
Mhm.
and you applied as a cook,
Yeah.
and if you don't have any prior experience as a cook, then you have to accumulate 1,560 hours as a cook under your postgraduate work permit before you can apply for, say, provincial nomination or some other program.
Yeah.
Mhm. There's a question from our online viewer. Thank you so much, Renz, for your question. Here's the question. When applying for student permit, should I get IELTS first? What's the initial process for applying a student permit? So is IELTS a requirement?
I think you have to ask the school. Typically, they would ask. Typically they would require some knowledge of
English
English.
proficiency?
Yes.
Yeah. So do they do like a phone-in interview and then they would find out, oh, you're good with your English and you're good to go? Or do they have to require you to get an IELTS? It really depends on the school.
It depends on the
Mhm.
school. And sometimes you can convince a school like NSCC, for example, or even St. Mary's, Dalhousie, that the program you went through in the Philippines was mostly conducted in English. So that will be acceptable. Now, in the past, they would say, "Oh yes, we require IELTS, we require this, we require that." Now, just to take as an example, my daughter, we just happened to be here, and we went to St. Mary's. So we were asking, so what does she need to get into St. Mary's? We'll be permanent residents in a few months, or we are permanent residents, and there is the registrar started saying, "Oh, you need this, 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 this." So I said, "English? Why don't you talk to her?"
And prove to her that you can speak
So
English.
after a few sentences, oh, she's accepted.
Wow. Okay. So that they don't need to have an IELTS. Okay. Typically, how much would on a student permit, student visa, and the study visa, how much would the typical cost of the whole process for study permit and temporary
Oh, study permits.
visa?
It's just a few $100s for the study permit, and a few $100 for the TRB, and yeah, that's on an individual basis. Yeah.
Okay. And then how long would that usually take? The whole
You mean
process to be
the,
completed?
It changes from time to time depending on the workload of the embassy at any point.
Mhm.
But yeah,
Embassy in the
in
Philippines.
the
right?
embassy, yes, if you're in the Philippines, it depends on the embassy. Yeah, and it shouldn't take too long.
Okay.
A few days under the SDS stream and a few weeks under the regular system.
How about the visa?
Oh, the TRB.
Yeah. If they want to just visit
TRB.
here.
Oh, the last time I looked, it was something like 2 or 3 weeks to process.
2 or 3 weeks. And how much would that typically cost?
Right now the figure escapes me, but it shouldn't be too much.
Yeah. Around 200.
Well, a work
Canadian.
permit is about $150, so to give you an idea, so
Mhm.
it will not be that too far from that.
Okay.
Okay, so since we are here in Nova Scotia, my question is, how different or how similar? I'm not sure if it's within your scope, or how more advantageous is it for those who wanted to come here in Nova Scotia as compared to other provinces?
Oh,
Is there, because you mentioned about Yukon, they have a difference in terms of allowing visitors.
yes, yes,
but
that's one
like-
example. I'm not familiar with, we have 10 provinces and 3 territories, so each province, well, all in all, Canada has something like 60 different immigration programs. So
Oh, okay.
it's not possible for me to be an expert in all of them, or anybody to be an expert in all of them. Yeah. But
How advantageous it is. Say for example, because those who are watching right now, because we're talking about the study permit, how to come here as a students in Nova Scotia. So how advantageous it is to be a student, international student in Nova Scotia compared to other province? Is it better here? Are there more opportunities? Because I've been researching on EduNova, and they do a lot of scholarships for international students. So that's one thing. So what do you think are other things that we do here that's more advantageous for international students?
well, this is a bit of a marketing statement for Nova Scotia,
Mm-hmm.
but Nova Scotia is really a good environment for studies, for students, for studying.
Mhm.
And
This is like the Dumaguete of the Philippines.
we have, I don't know, maybe 50,000 students here, and
Yeah.
university students here in Halifax alone. So it's a good place for students. Yeah. Now, for somebody who's looking at looking at study programs, I think you have to look at different universities across Canada
Mhm.
and decide for yourself which one is the best for you,
Mhm.
because tuition fees are not uniform, are not the same across Canada.
But accordingly, it's cheaper in Nova Scotia Community College.
Well, it can be, but but I think you have to look at the other colleges across.
Because the work opportunity after your study years is open to all territories, right? So
Oh, yes,
despite the
yes.
fact you went to BC as a
Yes.
student, you can still come to Nova
Remember,
Scotia and
the
work.
postgraduate work permit is an open work permit, meaning you can work anywhere in Canada.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So we have a lot of viewers right now. We have Maria Rogeline, she's watching. Anne Salvador, she's watching. Arlene is currently a student in NSCC. She's one of the newcomers. She arrived this year, and Tina Craig as well. So, any words to all those who are in the Philippines watching, and to all those who are currently international students? Any last words to them, or you still have any questions?
Yeah, just wanted to check. So, if people want to study here, is there a specific trend and the courses that would be ideal for them to be able to continue with their like postgraduate work permit?
I would suggest that people look into practical courses.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, practical courses that will allow them to get jobs immediately. And what are these? Any culinary arts course,
Mhm.
cooking course, bookkeeping course.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
HR?
HR maybe not.
No?
But bookkeeping course, I'm not talking about an accounting degree, but taking a course in some accounting software,
Mm-hmm.
because a lot of the accounting firms here will pick somebody who finished a course, a program in Sage Accounting.
Yeah.
It's an accounting
Account
program.
software.
As compared to hiring somebody who completed an accounting, Bachelor of Science or in accounting. Yes, they would pick somebody who finished an accounting program, an accounting software course, than a university degree in
Mhm.
accounting.
So, how about CCA, something that pathway through continuing care assistance or healthcare?
Okay, there are new rules on the live-in caregiver program,
Mm-hmm.
and the federal government made it a bit easier for
The
live-in
interim
caregivers.
pathway, yeah.
Yes, and they made it easier, for example, for caregivers to move from one employer to another.
Mm-hmm.
But at this time, I'm not yet that familiar with the program. I have to look into it in more detail.
Okay.
Yes, it's something that's relatively new.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the immigration programs in Canada, there are so
They
many
evolve
changes.
every month.
There are so many changes,
Regularly.
sometimes monthly, sometimes weekly. So
Mm-hmm.
you have to be updated all
Yeah.
the time.
So you mentioned earlier that if someone studied for 3 years, the maximum is just 3 years
The
for you
maximum,
for the
yes, the maximum
postgraduate work
postgraduate
permit.
work permit is the duration is 3 years.
Yeah, and then
And
when you
one other thing about the postgraduate work permit, it cannot be extended,
okay,
and you cannot apply for another work permit
yeah,
after that.
yeah.
So,
So
you have to make sure that while you're under that postgraduate work permit, you apply for immigration, any provincial program or the federal express entry system.
Yeah. So when you're ready in that process, is there an ideal time frame before your postgraduate work permit expires? Should the person apply 6 months before, a year before, for
Well,
the immigration?
Again, if you don't have the work experience
Mhm.
for that category that you apply for example, if you're a cook
Mhm.
and you don't have any work experience, try to get 1,560 hours as fast as you can.
Yeah, and then while they're studying, would that 20 hours while they're studying, would that qualify for the number of hours that they're
Not all
required?
the time, because most of the time it's sort of part-time basis and
Mhm.
it's not really Yeah.
Not an 8-hour job. So,
Not a 8-hour job
No.
or
so normally around 200 days
or
for
or
8-hour job.
unfortunately there are employers here who will not give a record of employment.
Oh, okay.
Unfortunately, I've met a number of students who have graduated but cannot apply for immigration because their employers did not give them or will not give them a record of employment.
So they should make sure to ask before working
Yes,
that
yes.
they will
Yes.
issue that. Wow.
Yeah. So it's also ideal for people who are planning on studying here that if ever they want to stay here as apply for permanent residency, that they previously had that work experience back outside of Canada, so
Yes,
that will
yes.
be counted for their qualification
Yes.
for the PR. At the same time, the course that they are taking will be relevant to what they have taken back in or outside of
Well,
Canada.
it doesn't have to be related. Like,
Mhm.
okay, for example, if you're an accountant
Mhm.
back in the Philippines and you want to change your career, then this is your chance. You can
Mhm.
take a culinary course. Now, if you also happen to have worked within the last 5 years
Mhm.
in a restaurant as a cook, then that will count towards the 1,560 hours.
That's your
Oh,
advantage.
So it has to be within the 5 years. There's a specific
Yes, it
period.
depends. It depends on the program that you're applying
Mhm.
under. If it's the Nova Scotia nominee program, you
Mhm.
have to have that 12-month experience or 1,560 hours within the last 5 years from the time you applied.
Yep.
Yeah. Now, if you're applying under the Atlantic program, it has to be within the last 3 years.
Oh, okay.
So
That's
there are
Mm.
slight differences among the
Joey,
programs.
Joey has a question.
A question. This is a question and scenario. The husband is a student visa, and then the wife, of course, applied for open work permit.
Yes.
And currently, let's say the wife is working here, and luckily the wife able to find a job, and then this job or the employer is under AIPP.
Yeah.
Can the wife apply for AIPP,
Yeah,
and then the husband, which is a student,
yeah,
can so they can do
yes.
the process as a permanent resident. It will be expedited. Okay.
Does he need to finish the class, the one with the
Course.
student,
Course.
the program?
Better finish it.
Okay, yeah, because they're ready
Yeah.
for it.
Okay. So but
because
There's no shortcuts
in a way you made a you made a promise
to come and
to the
study.
federal government to study and complete your course. Yeah, so if you don't complete it, somebody can say, "Oh, that's misrepresentation."
Misrepresentation.
okay.
Now, to give you a good example on how the federal government now thinks along these lines. Okay.
Mhm.
In the past, if a permanent resident comes in under a skilled worker program
Mhm.
and decides, "Oh, I don't want to work here in Nova Scotia or Halifax. I'm going straight to Toronto."
Mhm.
Yeah.
Or I didn't even bother to pass Halifax,
Mhm.
straight to Toronto.
Mhm.
Okay, well, it's okay because under the Constitution we have mobility rights.
Mhm.
As a permanent resident,
Yeah.
you can
Yeah.
go anywhere you want.
Mhm.
But lately, I guess because employers are starting to complain,
Mhm.
Mhm.
people from certain countries have made it a habit of not coming to, for example, Nova Scotia
Yeah.
to work, but they go straight to Vancouver
Mhm.
or Toronto. And if the employer would report those workers to the government,
Mhm.
the government will now put a flag,
Workers. Oh.
and when they apply either for extension of their permanent
Mhm.
resident
Mhm.
status
Mhm.
or apply for citizenship,
Mm.
okay, they get hit.
Oh,
What?
okay.
Bigger possibility that they will
Misrepresentation.
be
I see.
disapproved.
That's misrepresentation, and
Wow.
they can be
Denied.
denied.
Didn't- I
Wow.
see.
And yes, there are cases of such people being denied extensions of their PR status or citizenship.
Mhm. And another question is, for the student visa, what is the ideal age? Like, do you need to finish the bachelor's in the Philippines to take a course here, or after high school they can do the, or what's the ideal age?
Well, I can't really say that there's an ideal age, because of course you can study, you can take your university course here.
Okay.
Yes, and of course while you're studying, you can work part time, 20 hours a week, and there's a big advantage towards by working while you're studying, because here not just Nova Scotia, but in all of Canada, the job reference is very important. A lot of employers will not hire somebody who's raw and who has never worked anywhere.
Like the one that we call in the Philippines, fresh graduate, no experience.
Yes.
So I think based on that statement, you should be at the working age.
The working age,
So,
yeah.
you know, you should be able to go to school and then be able to work, because in Canada, there's a certain age for you to be able to work, right? So,
Well, that's not a real certain age, but for example, I know some people who never bothered to do any kind of work while in college, and after college they found it very difficult getting any job, because the employer cannot get a job reference from anybody. And here it's very important for employers to have that job reference. So what do? As a student, work for Starbucks, work for any restaurant, even for 6 months. Then you have immediately a job reference. Of course, do your best when you're working.
Yeah. Should we go to promo play too?
Yeah.
I have a last question. Well, not a question. Because we have Atlantic Immigration Pilot Program in these provinces, right? So normally, those who I know who went through the international student pathway, they apply for AIPP right away, despite the fact you've mentioned that.
There's a difference there. The AIPP allows student graduates to apply. It's a different stream. Yes, there's that pathway.
That's also one huge difference when you go to school in Atlantic provinces, because you get the advantage of being able to go through AIPP right after your graduation. So, yan din isa sa advantage. So, ayan. So, may mga questions pa? Are there any other questions you have?
I think we already answered most of the questions.
Put you on a spot of questions.
Because because our live streaming is cross posting on the When in Halifax, and most of the When in Halifax are they plan to apply for under AIPP program, and there's
they're
students,
to come to
students,
Canada. So they're not here yet. So
well, we're all hoping that the Atlantic Immigration Pilot Program gets renamed, and that word pilot is removed.
Okay.
So it becomes a permanent program.
Yes. Oh, nice.
We're all hoping for that, and we hope.
Based on the statistics that had gone through the program, is there a good indication that it might be a permanent program?
It's already been extended, I
Yeah.
think, to 2021. And yes, there are indications that the federal government might allow it to become a permanent program. It all depends on the needs of industry here. Remember, part of the reason why that was set up, I believe, is because
they want to retain.
they want to retain. They want to retain workers here, but again, there's also no other way for especially the hospitality industry to get waiters and waiters mostly to Canada. At least in this part of Canada.
Yeah. Is there still a huge demand for healthcare?
Healthcare,
industry?
yes. There's still a huge demand, except that I think caregivers, for example, or nurses will just simply have to look for their own job offers. That's always the problem. Now, there are many employers actually they realize they need workers, but we also have to educate employers because first of all, they think that the immigration program is an instant solution to their labor problems. And
Which is
when-
not always the case.
which is not just always the case, but it will always take some time before somebody can arrive in Canada. So whenever I tell people or employers that it may take, even under the Atlantic program, that it may take anywhere from 9 months to maybe 12 months for a worker to get here, they would go, why that long? But that's how the system is set up. And it's the foreign worker programs, whether it's immigration or temporary, were never really meant for instant solutions. The, employers will have to plan for that.
No. And then I encountered someone that I was asking him. He was manager in one of the restaurants we have here, and I was asking them if they are part of the AIPP, and they said no, we're not, because there are a lot of requirements for employers to be in the AIPP program compared to just providing a work permit for
Well,
people.
I think because the AIPP requires the employers and the employee to come up with a common settlement plan. Now, what does that settlement plan mean? If the employer has a need for additional language training, if the employer needs some help in housing, if that's the case, and if the employer still wants the worker to be here, then he has to provide for certain settlement assistance. But again, it depends on the employer. Like, if I were the employer and I'd like to hire a worker, why will I hire somebody with poor English skills?
Exactly.
I mean, they can choose somebody. They should choose somebody who can speak good English.
Yeah.
So again, because under the program there's a certain line that says that the employer must provide settlement assistance to make sure that the worker is settled here comfortably, and to make sure that he will be retained here. Now, that's a very general statement. Some employers are worried about that, and they're worried that it might result in additional financial assistance to the workers. So, yeah, it's I think it's an unfounded fear.
Oh, okay.
Among employers, and they just have to be assured that it's not the case.
So you mentioned about settlement. Let's go back to the topic about the student visa, so study visa. Are there settlement programs also for students? Because through Settle East Coast, we have gotten a lot before the school season. We have gotten a lot of requests for help for settlement because they cannot find any apartment on their own. So is there a settlement plan coming from the school, from the government? Where is it coming from, or is there such a settlement plan for international
No,
students?
unfortunately, there's none because they're here they're really here on their own, and they're not permanent residents. They are here on temporary basis.
Wow.
So they have to make sure that they have the resources to help them get settled here. But having said that, we know for a fact that Halifax is a fast-growing city, and there's a current shortage of homes, I believe.
Yeah.
So it's not only Halifax, even in Bridgewater, it's very difficult.
In Truro, all over Nova Scotia.
Yeah.
Yeah, we really had a hard time. Remember that case? So they stayed in the hotel for at least a week or nine days.
Yeah.
And then finally they were able to find settlement. Yeah.
All right. So we have the names here of the people that got the correct answer. There are 5 of them. The correct answer to promo play for Keontae Vale's genre.
Well, because it's quite confusing. Because just like you were confused with Keontae. First you thought he raps, but the answer is he's an R&B artist. So he was our artist that we featured last week. So Keontae Bills is an R&B artist.
Yes.
Ayan. So, yun.
So
Sino
the
nanalo?
people that got the right answers are Marie T, Iram Sirot, which is probably a Taurus, Marie Taurus, Kojan, John Galido, and Jen Gutierrez.
Oh, wow.
So we're going to ask Dennis to click to get
So what's the prize for this, Donick?
What's the prize? Oh.
They'll get to win Port Skewers courtesy of Silong Express. Ayan.
And the winner is Jen Gutierrez.
Yay!
Ayan, Jen Gutierrez. And now, of course, we'd like to invite you guys as well. So the Chinese community is giving 2 tickets to the Chinese Festa performance, Seeking Home, a dance drama celebration that will happen in Dalhousie this Sunday, October 13 from 4 p.m. So this is $30 worth for each ticket. So actually the performers came all the way from China.
Yeah.
And they will be in Canada performing in key cities around the country. So one of which is Halifax. So you will get to win one of this. So we're giving out 2, and the event will be this Sunday from 4 o'clock p.m. So Joey, myself, and Donick, we have planned to go there. So this can be part of your Thanksgiving weekend.
Yeah.
So we're gonna click who's gonna be the winner.
So it's
You
Jen
wanna go
still...
to this one?
Yeah. When is it?
This is this coming Sunday. 4 o'clock.
No, I have
So
to
it's a
go.
Thanksgiving Sunday. But anyway, we'll do the raffle.
Yeah,
And I
so
would like to
is
say-
Jen still part of it?
No, Jen is not anymore because she already won. But anyway, would like to say hi to Maiden. Maiden tagged Jazz Rodriguez. Maybe Jazz is not in the Philippines, or Jazz is an international student. Would like to say hi to what's it? Okay, hi to Silong and Dulce for watching and for supporting East Coast Filipino Portal. I know you guys can't wait to go on vacation. Also saying hi to Apay Sarausa, so and Charibel and Jacqueline Molto for watching, and Maria Rogelin and Ann Salvador. Thank you so much for watching. Ayan, so we're gonna do the draw for the tickets to the dance drama, the Chinese dance drama.
So one name would win the 2 tickets?
We're gonna draw two names.
2 names?
Okay.
Or pwede isa na lang.
Isa na lang para
Isa na,
isama
oo.
sila.
Correct, correct. Thank you so much, Eric Young, for these tickets, and belated happy birthday.
Winner is Kojan.
Ayan. Congratulations, Koji, for winning these 2 tickets. Ayan, thank you so. Walang ano yun diba, nag-raffle talaga. Ayan,
Independent.
It pays to be a loyalista for East Coast Filipino Portal.
To truly watch the shows, right? Instead of just
And
guessing.
of course, we're so lucky because of East Coast Filipino Portal, the Indian community is giving a lot of complimentary entry pass. One of which is worth $3. So there's a lot of tickets. So if you guys will message us and let us know how many you need, then we can give you as far as we can go with our supply of complimentary passes.
Might be around more than 100, eh?
I don't know. Just like what Sir Dennis is saying, we cannot guarantee.
Yeah, more or less.
Right, so just ask us, email us, and we'll let you know how far we can go. So, paunahan na lang, pabilisan. Ayan. And of course, guys, there's a lot of events happening. Number 1, October 26th, through Settle East Coast, we're gonna have the second newcomers meetup, and it's very crucial because we'll be talking about debt management. So as early as now, as a newcomer, we get to learn how to manage our debt.
Yeah,
so it's better to be able to be trained, to be informed, to be educated now than to rattle when time comes. So this is not just for newcomers, this is for everyone who's hearing my voice. You are invited to attend October 26th from 1 to 3 p.m. at 205 Lacewood Drive in Halifax. And we'd like to thank David Moffat for being our resource speaker from Four Pillars Debt Management. So if you guys are interested, what's that?
It's free. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's free.
Yeah,
Everyone.
it's a free event, so come on over. It's for everyone. So
And there's food there too. And then
And there's
afterward, we're going to play badminton. So
we're gonna play badminton.
so-
So there's lots of things going on, and yeah. So invite newcomers, invite your friends, your neighbors, and of course those who are hearing us right now. Yeah, invite your wife or your classmate
Or your
or
friends.
your coworker. Ayan. And of course, there's an event also tomorrow. So if you guys are interested, go to the multipurpose of the Halifax Forum. There's an Oktoberfest event also. We'd like to support that event as well. Because of East Coast Filipino Portal, we're giving a lot. So please message us if you want to win these tickets. And of course, Sir Dennis, thank you so much for the
Oh,
goodies.
anytime.
For the
Thank you.
goodies.
What goodies?
For the goodies that you
Okay, show them.
ayan, ang dami na,
Padala.
dami mga padala ng goodies ni Sir Dennis. Ayan,
Yes!
thank you.
Galing kay
Yeah.
Yes!
Jolly and Jolly Marie.
I feel
Oh, I grew up with Marie.
Yeah.
Marie Biscuit.
Wow.
Noon kasi
Feel-
transparent to eh.
feel na feel kong Pinas eh.
Pati flat tops.
Yeah, plot.
Oh wow, yung platop sa ubos na ni Joey.
Naubos. Kaya pala ubo kanina eh.
Kaya naunahan tayo.
Yes.
Of course, you can buy them at any Filipino store, I believe.
Yeah.
Pero iba pa rin yung lasa pag galing sa Philippines.
Mhm. Yes.
So we are, thank you so much. Ayan,
Thank
sa
you.
atin. So we are celebrating Thanksgiving in Canada. So it's a long weekend for all of us. So please drive safe and watch out with your driving speed because
We have a storm.
and there's a storm also
Tonight,
coming.
tomorrow.
So yeah, tonight and until tomorrow. So please be safe. So I think from this point of view of the Thanksgiving celebration, I'd like to personally thank Canada for allowing my wife and then eventually the whole family, well myself, to come here. I'm really grateful that Canada allows families to reunite,
Yes.
be together and progress and grow from this beautiful home that we now call. So thank you so much, Canada. And Donik, what are you so much grateful for?
Yeah, I'm grateful for the Canadian government for allowing us and giving us the opportunity to be here. To the people that are around us, we're grateful to have you in our lives. The resources that we are receiving and the continuous growth that we have been experiencing here in Canada and the people around us. And having people like Dennis helping people, sacrificing his time to teach people about the things that they're concerned about in immigration and the East Coast family, East Coast Filipino Portal family. Thank you very much, and our supporters. We won't be having like 2,000 advertisers too. So if you want to advertise and have your company having access to 2,000 followers, so advertise in East Coast Filipino Portal. Joey, Director Joey, do you have any Thanksgiving message? And Director Koji?
We'd like to thank our more than 2,000 followers.
Yeah.
It's only less than 5 months, and we're really, from the bottom of our hearts and our liver and everything, we are very, very grateful that you guys keep on supporting us. The reason why we continue this program is because you guys are there. And of course, thank you so much. You find Social Wi-Fi from You Find Canada. Now You Find Social Wi-Fi for always powering our live stream every Friday. And of course, When in Halifax for inspiring us. And Settle East Coast, thank you so much to our 450 members of Settle East Coast. So we are still inviting all of you to please join our community, the Settle East Coast, because it's really not just for newcomers. It's really uniting old-timers and newcomers to help one another. Especially there's a lot of Filipinos who are coming into Nova Scotia and around East Coast. Canada region. And of course, we'd like to thank Mortgage Alliance. So if you guys want to get a pre-approved and you want to purchase a home, I know a lot of newcomers are watching. You would think it's premature, medyo maaga pa to think about buying a house, but it's really the best time to prepare. So it's better to have a goal in mind to be able to achieve that in a certain number of couple of years.
And there are some strategies for them to be able to buy a house with reduced down payment or no down
Exactly. And Nova Scotia has a lot of programs also
Yeah.
installed. And it's a free service from Donica Abad. So if you guys are interested, email theabad@mortgagealliance.com. And of course, Primerica, thank you so much for also helping us. So if you guys are thinking of it's really good to think ahead. So for your proper retirement, life insurance needs, kids education plan, and free financial needs analysis, contact 902-292-1368 with Primerica. Ayan. And of course,
David Mopat from Four Pillars, he's going to help you relieve some stress on that situation that you might have. They work for you and not for the creditors, so they will help you eliminate your debt as quickly as possible. So call David Mopat at 902-482-9748. Thanks, David Mopat.
So once again, guys, thank you so much, Sir Dennis.
And
Mercado.
Pinoy Canada Immigration, right?
Oh, yeah.
Celebrating the 5,000
Wow,
members.
5,000
Wow,
followers.
5,000. That's really quick in less than how many months?
2 months.
In
In
2
less
months.
than 2 months.
Wow, that's
5,000.
amazing. And of course, our other communities around Nova Scotia for supporting us. Thank you so much. So, Sir Dennis, once again, on behalf of East Coast Filipino Portal, maraming salamat po for helping us. Anytime, so that means November. Will you still be here?
Next week.
I think I'll be back here in January.
Oh, so this is your last month in
Yeah.
Canada?
Yeah.
Sarap naman.
Well, it's work.
Oh, okay, it's still work. Ayan, so Sir Dennis, enjoy your vacation back or your work back in the Philippines. Ayan, and to all ang dami kasi nagtanong kay Sir Dennis through your email. So, yun. So, salamat, maraming salamat
Thank you.
for helping. So, once again, this has been your kababayan, Al Landingin.
And Donica Abad.
Here on East Coast Filipino Portal. Welcome to East Coast Filipino Portal. Promo Play.